The city's water supply poisoned 100,000 people and no one was held accountable. Hi, this is Ben with Rescue Plumbing and I'm here to rescue your water. I'm a licensed plumber and a cross-connection control water inspector, licensed by the Illinois EPA, a division of public water. And I am shocked at what has just happened in Michigan. An attorney general for the state of Michigan just announced they will no longer pursue criminal charges against the government officials that caused the Flint, Michigan water crisis.
Welcome back. In light of a Michigan Supreme Court decision this morning, State Attorney General Dana Nessel has declared the criminal case in the Flint water crisis officially closed.
100,000 people get poisoned, 146 people die, countless people maimed for life, and no one's being held accountable? These people who were in charge of the system, of the water system, clearly made incorrect decisions that created a public harm so violent, it's going to be felt for generations. They caused countless children to get brain damage, developmental delays. And now these kids will have to deal with that for the rest of their natural lives. Again, let me get this straight. 100,000 people poisoned, 146 people dead, and no one is being held accountable. I need you to watch this interview with this former lead prosecutor on the water crisis case as he says the truth. Listen to the guy.
Unfortunately, it's not fine and well for the citizens of Flint,
right,
and the 146 people that passed of Legionella and the countless people that were poisoned, the babies that were poisoned with lead. They'll never get justice. They'll never get mercy, all right? And they wish they could turn back the hands of time. Just follow the money in this case. Follow the money as far as why the switch was made, how it was done. It's a tragic story, and we don't have enough time to go into the tragic part of this, but it should have never been done, that the Flint water plant was used to distribute water because it was never ready from the beginning.
Now, keep listening to this lead prosecutor on the case. He is asked if there's any doubt a crime is committed.
Based on everything you have seen in these past several years with this case, is there any doubt in your mind that a crime did occur rather than just some mistakes?
Oh, no. I showed that a crime was committed. I mean, anyone that watched the case or read the opinions of the courts, I think it was Judge Crawford and a couple others, Judge Manley and Judge Goggins, that had the preliminary exams, said that our team proved this case beyond a reasonable doubt. Not that that was the standard.
The crime committed here in this case is a very serious crime because so many people were harmed. Dereliction of duty is the crime. Government officials did not perform their duty. They were aware of the water system's contamination. They were aware. They knew. And they never did anything about it.
That's what happened here. There was clear notice that Legionella was in the system and was getting into homes. There was clear notice that lead was leaching into water systems, into individuals' homes, and they didn't give proper notice when they had a duty to do so.
That has to be rectified. As a licensed plumber and a licensed water inspector, it's my duty to protect the public's water. As a licensed plumber, we protect the health of the nation. I have lived my life by this code. I live my life by this code now. Look, so we know a crime was committed. Then the judges sit in confidence with the prosecutor and they decide how to move forward with the case. They're going to decide how to move forward with the case. Listen to this prosecutor.
Here's what we did. We had a group of judges. We all sat down. It was in confidence, and we said, hey, what's the best way to bring the Flint charges forward?
They figured out a way to bring charges. So you're telling me a bunch of judges and the lead prosecutor, they all sat in a room behind closed doors, with a public interest in mind, and chose to prosecute the case with a one-man jury. Listen to the lead prosecutor.
So where did things go wrong? Let's talk about that maneuver, the one-man grand jury. In layman's terms, for people who don't know the legality of all of this,
Sure.
Is the Attorney General's office, the prosecutors, are they correct in saying that this is a common maneuver that is repeatedly used?
It was at one time, but it's the way that it was used is improper.
And then he states that the way it was used was improper. To me, it looks like this guy's totally telling himself. He met behind closed doors with judges, then decided to use a one-man jury they all know will not work. They're all judges and lawyers meeting behind closed doors. They only have the public interest in mind. But you're telling me that they could not have planned all of this. Come on. Doesn't this all seem a little orchestrated? Why didn't they just do it the traditional way of how a court system works? And choose a grand jury comprised of its citizens like they're supposed to, like how our justice system works. You want to know why they didn't get a grand jury? Because right now, all those politicians in charge, they would all be sitting in jail right next to the people they poisoned. Listen to this crazy guy, how his reasoning on what it was to not use a grand jury. And keep in mind, every judge, every lawyer, and everyone knows a one-man jury is unconstitutional. I learned that in high school.
The reason we wanted that, we wanted transparency. We wanted the citizens of Flint to see what was going on. And we wanted due process basically to say, we could show this case past this stage. Because grand juries, there's an old adage, you can bind over a ham sandwich for murder, right, with a grand jury. So we wanted this out in front. We wanted it transparent, and we wanted basically the public to see whether or not there was enough to stick. And it did. We were ready to go to trial on
So that momentum was already there.
So this prosecutor's reasoning is to use an unconstitutional method of prosecution because he wanted to show the public that the case could be charged, and he successfully did that. But then, all of a sudden, the Attorney General above him takes him off the case. What a coincidence, right? Listen to the prosecutor himself say they can still prosecute the case by Hail Mary, but they won't prosecute the case because they don't want to pay people for a new team because of money.
There is a Hail Mary that they could throw with regards to reviving some cases that are still within the statute of limitations. But the problem is that their team that did this investigation is tainted because they have privileged material. And you'd have to bring in a whole new team. And who's going to spend that money?
Who's going to spend that money, he says, for a new team? Really? Yeah, but let's just send billions and billions and billions of dollars to these people in Ukraine and Israel, but not our own citizens that just got poisoned? I believe in a human good. I refuse to believe our government will not prosecute these people after they poisoned so many.
They were poisoned. I mean, they were poisoned by this water. They were all exposed to toxic water.
Dr. Mona Hanna Tisha is a pediatrician in Flint who her patients call Dr. Mona.
So within a few months
of being on this water. General Motors, which was born in Flint and still has plants in Flint, noticed that this water, our drinking water, was corroding their engine parts.
Government, please listen to us. We're the workers, the people. We're the people that do everything for you. Hold these criminals accountable for this. They poison all these people. Please give people confidence in you that this system is not all rigged up for these rich few and the politicians that know them. Make us believe in you again. They poisoned a bunch of kids, for God's sakes, and they're getting away with it. I can't believe that. I will not believe that. And for all you people that watch this video, protect yourselves. Because apparently now the government officials can poison the public water system and just get away with it scot-free.